Joining us this morning once again is Congressman Dr. John Fleming. Hey, Dr. John, how have you been?
Good morning, Robert, Erin. I've been great.
You have been spending a great deal of time in South Louisiana in the flooded areas lately. How's it look? Tell us what you've seen.
Well, it's it's of biblical proportions. It's the destruction is amazing. I was in Denham Springs the very day that Trump and Pence flew in. I met with them. I looked through Denham Springs High School. I talked with Mayor Landry there. And Mayor Landry told me that after 6 days, FEMA has not even brought water to them, not even, rations, military rations. But on the other hand, faith-based organizations as far away as Pennsylvania were there on the spot within 24 hours. So we're really seeing a tremendous delay from FEMA and from the federal organization.
Pardon me, Dr. John, but the president's spokespeople said yesterday that the reason he hadn't commented, the reason he didn't visit last week is because his chief concern was getting federal aid to that part of the country, to South Louisiana, to help our people. And you're telling me that's not the case?
Well, I don't see how being on the golf course would have helped Louisiana. In fact, it didn't help Louisiana. I was down there. I was in Eunice, Louisiana. I was in Washington, Louisiana. I was in Denham Springs, as I said, Baton Rouge. I didn't see any evidence of FEMA. I didn't see any evidence of federal presence. I'm sure there were some somewhere. But what I did see was citizens, neighbors, helping neighbors. I also met with the Cajun Navy, Rob Godet, and we actually met with a new group called the Cajun Army. And so first responders really have turned out to be just ordinary citizens who have learned how to communicate and coordinate and to help each other out. The federal assistance it wasn't apparent when I was down there.
We have a situation up here with regard to Bossier Parish having over $1 million in damage to roads from the March flooding, still waiting to get money. Why is it? You can only imagine if we're waiting from March, what's going to happen in South Louisiana if they just are not doing what they're supposed to do?
No, it's it's red tape, and that's unfortunate. And again, you find out there has to be an environmental impact study, and there's got to be a permit. And I mean, look, you can hardly do anything in America today without 1,000 bureaucrats making decisions for you. So that's so much the problem. We just don't function the way we did. I mean, in World War II, we built the Pentagon in just a couple of years. Just think it would take us 30 years to build a Pentagon today. That's just how sad the bureaucracy has become out of Washington.
Let me ask you this. There needs to be congressional action to move our match up to a 90-10 match as opposed to 75. Do you anticipate that's going to happen, and how quickly?
Well, I will support that, and we will go as soon as we get back to Washington. In fact, we're meeting with the governor next week. That is the Louisiana delegation, to put together our request to the president and to the leaders in Congress. And definitely we'll send Steve Scalise up there, who's part of leadership, with that request. We do need to go to that. We need to fund that. I fully support that.
Dr. John, Erin was talking earlier this morning about some video she had seen from Denham Springs. And she said now that the water has receded, that you can drive or walk up and down almost any street, that 90% of the homes in Denham Springs were lost, that you can drive or walk up and down the street, and there is, on the sidewalks in front of every home, 4, 5, 6, 8 feet of trash, of junk, of furniture, of destroyed drywall. That must be an incredibly moving and tragic sight.
Well, it is, and I've seen it myself. I've been in the homes. I've talked with the people, and I've been in middle-class, upper-middle-class homes. I've had people cry on my shoulder, having lost everything, family memorabilia, family pictures, family Bibles, all the innards of their house ripped out. and put on the street. Very sad. But I've also been in the bottoms, the so-called bottoms of Washington, Louisiana, where you've got the Section 8 housing, and you've got renters down there. They lost all they had in the world as well. And again, just as sad, but at the same time, as Louisianans, very resilient, very ready to get on with it, very ready to air out those homes, begin repair. And in one case, we went to a church, and again, volunteers, volunteer electricians, volunteer air conditioner experts go in there and do the work. Don't ask for money. Again, where the federal officials, FEMA, all of those guys, they were not around. I didn't see a one while I was touring the area.
My family's still waiting on the FEMA call, just FYI. I've got family that way, too. But hopefully they'll get up and get moving. I'm hoping it's pretty soon. We got 100,000 people that have asked for help.
Well, again, the president needs to get, Trump, in fact, the president's only coming today because Trump went down there. Thank goodness Trump showed leadership and actually showed up. But, what I'm worried about is what happened with Hurricane Sandy. There was passed a $50 billion bill for Hurricane Sandy. $17 billion of it was Obama's stash. $17 billion that was a slush fund that he used to give away to his favorite cities the way he did during the stimulus bill. So you see slow response from FEMA, but you see taxpayers getting their pockets picked in order to pay for Obama's pet projects. Again, Rahm Emanuel's let no crisis go to waste, the exploitation of the American people and the American taxpayer.